Hello, this is J.N.S, and we are doing another Honor Society video. On this one, we are covering Nikola Tesla, his free energy concepts. We're going to be talking about some of the things that he did that was quite awesome. And we'll be getting into, some of his biography as well as even some of his eccentric ways as well. And so, let's start. It's a lot with Nikola Tesla. Nikola Tesla is one of the brilliant minds of our time, and I do think that the way he was done by our government, the way he was done by people around him, business people, is quite shameful, to be honest. And so, I wanted to do a honor society video on him. And remember, like with the honor society, it's covering people who are very brilliant, very genius minds, but don't get a shake. Or people try to question the validity of their work or the credibility, try to take things away from them because they were too ahead of their time. They were too ingenious in a way. And so we did an Honor Society video on Aaron Salter earlier. It was very in depth. We covered so many things, especially about Black American history and lineage and whatnot. And so, if you guys want to go check out the Aaron Salter video, you'll get a handful. It's 2 hours and 30 minutes long for a reason. Okay, so we got very deep, and so this one we want to cover Nikola Tesla. There's a lot of things that happened with him due to him coming up with some ingenious inventions, and so. Nikola Tesla, he was big on studying non-physical phenomenon. Okay. And he is largely forgotten. Obviously, we know about Tesla with Elon Musk and Elon Musk riding off of the energy marker and soul energy of Nikola Tesla by his whole, the whole Tesla brand. Some may look at it as a dedication to Nikola Tesla. Some say it's a swiping, could say it's a spiritual harvesting of the swiping of the identity to be associated with Nikola Tesla's brilliance and breakthroughs and his electrical breakthroughs. And so Nikola Tesla is most notably known for the role in alternating current electricity grid. So that's the AC current, which is still used today. And so, he's a Siberian background. And, with Nikola Tesla's work, it was very, very ahead of its time. He was coming up with this idea to produce free electric energy. And he had funding, believe it or not, from the wealthy industrialist J.P. Morgan. We all know who J.P. Morgan is. He had funding to, do these inventions from J.P. Morgan. And so Nikola Tesla, being a creative, an inventor, and then, inventors, they largely are naive. They think in different, they think very differently. He began work on the Wardenclyffe Tower. Okay, this is also known as the Tesla Tower in 1908. And so Tesla's objective of building this tower was to provide free and unlimited electrical power to everyone in the world, okay, using quantum technology. Remember, quantum is the smallest unit of light, smallest unit of energy. People can say it's the quantum unit of a particle or a wave. It is energy, essentially, though. And this was before quantum physics was even an official branch of science. So this is not someone that just merely did interesting things with electricity, and science. He did some interesting things with science. So this is a person that revolutionized science and tried to push the boundaries and the ingenuity of humanity itself to the next level by coming up with a way to provide free and unlimited electrical energy, changing the way we think of quantum physics. Quantum physics wasn't even a field at this time. Okay. And so he outlines his version. There's a February, there's a paper called the Collier's Weekly. Okay. And so in February 1901, this is literally his words. I'm going to read them verbatim. He said, using the earth as the medium for conducting the currents, thus dispensing with wires and all other artificial conductors, a machine which, to explain its operation in plain language, resembled a pump in its action, drawing electricity from the earth and driving it back into the same at an enormous rate, thus creating ripples or disturbances, which, spreading through the earth as through a wire, could be detected at great distances by carefully attuned receiving circuits. In this manner, I was able to transmit to a distance not only feeble effects for the purposes of signaling, but considerable amount of energies, and later discoveries I made convinced me that I shall ultimately succeed in conveying power without wires for industrial purposes with high economy into any distance, however great. Boom. That was his plan for the free electricity using the Tesla tower. And so this concept of free energy and levitation in the quantum world, these things does sound like, oh my gosh, what is he talking about? Okay, this put him on the radar, very much so, of the government, of him when he started talking like this. They stole his inventions. They made mockery of his inventions. They drove him. He was a targeted individual, just like how, you get on a radar, you come up with so much brilliant ideas, they put you on a list, and they do things to run psychological operations on you to get you to crack, or this is just what they did. The same thing they did to Dr. Sebi. Anybody that discovers anything, right? Or else they just kill you. And so, when we talk about nanomagnetic levitation, which is how the pyramids were built, by the way, and even nanomagnetic crystals that you can grow through sonic wave. I won't get into that science. I won't talk about that science publicly right now. But I would say that just to be quite frank, humans did build the pyramids, but they had science, the codes of nanomagnetic levitation, of how to move those bricks. They had got that from the help of the Atlantean dimension. But it was actual melanated humans that built those pyramids. But when we talk about interdimensionality, humans are a hybrid of an interdimensional. I get so deep sometimes. Sometimes I'll be like, damn, I'm getting so deep. But we all know this. And so, yes, indeed, the pyramids were built using nanomagnetic levitation, and this is something that Tesla actually knew about. Tesla knew about the power of frequency and energy and resonance, and he, the famous quote that a lot of us use is that if you could understand that everything is energy and vibration, then you will understand the world. You understand the universe. Matter of fact, let's look at the quote. Let me see, because it's a famous quote, and I want to say it verbatim. Nikola Tesla quote on energy. Okay, here we go. If you want to find the secrets of the universe, think in terms of energy, frequency, and vibration. That is the absolute truth. That's how I discovered the fourth governing law of the universe, called resonance. The fifth governing law of the universe is resonance, but it's actually before electromagnetism. So they tell you that the four governing laws of the universe is electromagnetism, strong nuclear force, weak nuclear force, and gravity. Well, there are five governing laws of the universe. It is actually resonance, electromagnetism, strong nuclear force, weak nuclear force, and gravity. That is it. Resonance is a combination of certain chemical combination that I will not get into. I've already covered this in the chaos intelligence videos. I talked about this in the resonance video. In the resonance, there's a video literally that talks about resonance. I've written about it. It's publicly accessible. And so he is correct when he says, if you want to find the secrets of the universe, think in terms of energy, vibration, and frequency. That is very much true. And so that's how he was able to come up with the things that he was doing. That is, this tiny non-gyrating nanoparticles that can stably levitate in a magnetic field. That is how you move pyramids. That's how you build the pyramids. If you guys want to know the secrets of how the pyramids was built, you just got it. That is just how it is. I was calling it magnetic levitation, electromagnetic levitation, but it's nanomagnetic levitation. You can actually grow pyramids through crystals that form its own geometry. You know how you have the Fibonacci patterns in plants in nature, and and pine cones, you see the natural patterns of sacred geometry, and that you can just how a plant will grow a sacred geometry figure. Certain crystals will do that as well, and there's a certain science and a frequency that you can, a certain resonance that you can beam to the crystal to get it to grow into a very magnificent, not necessarily pyramid, but like uh, it will grow into like various geometric shapes. And we know a science where you can get it to grow as big as you want. It's kind of like growing a chia pet or something. But those things are all true. This is not conspiracy. And so, Nikola Tesla, he starts to work on the Tesla Tower to produce this free energy. And then guess what? In 1903, J.P. Morgan stops the funding to prevent him from completing that Tesla Tower, because they were not going to give free energy to the world. And guess what? The structure was actually torn down and sold for scrap. Literally. This is how upset they got at this man. Because they put him on a list. Like, again, once they realize, like, this is how it goes. I mean, because this shit is happening to me. So I understand. That's why I take up for people that are going through things that's similar. Once they find out of certain people's epigenetics, they light codes, who they are in the spirit realm, what they can do, what they know, what they can produce, and they cannot be controlled, or they're protected, even if they can't not be. Maybe they can be controlled, but they're too protected by the other side. Oh, they'll go scorch earth on your ass, and this government went scorch earth on him once they realize, like, they will never be able to think like how he thinks and knows what he knows in terms of when he talks about, like, if you could think of everything as energy and vibration, and you'll understand the secrets of the universe. Oh, to understand the 369, and you understand it. These people don't know what the fuck he talking about. That makes you smarter than the very people that run this system, the entities that run this system, the interdimensional beings, the government. That makes you smarter than them. They hate that. They hate that feeling that there is literally a being walking around on this planet that got some shit figured out, and so they will attack your finances. They'll attack your ability for. They'll blacklist you. They'll do all types of shit, ruin what you produce, keep you from prevent you from creating and building. If they realize, like, I'm telling you, the people that run, even the entities, I'm going there, even the entities that run the system that dole out the contracts to the people in the government, Hollywood, whatever, they're not intelligent. They're not brilliant, genius. Some entities are, of course, not the one that run this system, not the one that run planet Earth. No. No. That's very obvious. That should be very obvious. Maybe the average human thinks that they're so intelligent or whatever, but for people like Nikola Tesla, for people like me, like, no, that system, like, you don't realize it though. You really don't understand who you are, or what you're doing, or the gravity of what you're saying, or the gravity of what you know, or your gifts. You don't understand that, so you just go on a certain frequency, living your life, saying what you build and what you came here to build as a soul, as a free agency, as a soul that wants to express itself and learn on planet Earth, or even help planet Earth. Some people are past the beyond the classroom element of Earth. They're just here to push Earth along and to give some information to planet Earth, just like Aaron Salters was. Aaron Salter. And so the way they treated this man was almost with like such a horrific contempt. It was a contempt for this man's brilliance. It was and they did drive him. You couldn't trust anybody. Everybody was after his shit, and so they tore that Tesla tower down in 1903 and then sold it for scraps. And so he really wanted this dream of this unlimited energy for the world, free energy for the world. Anytime you people think like that, or entities think like that, like Nikola Tesla, you're on a automatically different dimension of understanding. You're in a very high level of frequency. Anytime you think of giving free energy or coming up with ways to produce free energy, hey, let's do this. I'm telling you, that automatically puts you on the fucking radar. These people do everything for profit. Everything is about a dollar. Money, materialism. And here goes somebody telling us some energy, frequency, sound waves, resonance, electromagnetism, radio signals. Let's produce free energy for the world. That's not how these people think. It's like, whoa, hold up. You about to undermine the whole entire motherfucking system. Yo ass gotta pay. And you lucky you protected because we can't kill you. They couldn't kill him. I mean, they did set him up eventually, but during this time when he was coming up with the Tesla in 1903, they couldn't do anything to him. The Tesla Tower. Okay. And so he went through a lot. He went through a lot. He came up with a book. No, that was Baum. That was a different scientist. But the universe is a simulation, but it operates from the realm of at least starting at consciousness and resonance, spirit, water and air. And this is the thing, this is vibration, this is energy. And this is the thing that Nikola Tesla understood. The people that run this matrix don't understand what that means. They don't know what that means. These people don't understand what the spirit element of air means, and what resonance means. And if you think of everything as energy and frequency, you're gonna have the secrets of the universe. They can't comprehend. These are people without souls. You know what I mean? Like, these are people that devour other people's souls. They are so cut off from what source energy is, what the God particle is, that they don't have a conception of that. And so they'll get very angry. They'll treat you with a lot of contempt if you are chosen like that. If you are a chosen one, if you are just like me, they'll treat you, you'll feel it. You'll feel the blacklisting, you'll feel the sabotage, you'll feel the isolation, that they'll systematic isolation. And they don't even know that beings like us, we actually like to be fucking, like, we like the less the better. And I'll talk about how Nikola Tesla dealt with that with his birds, we're wired very differently. And so I don't think it's okay, to downplay ingenious in whatever form it comes in, and whether it's male, female, white, black, skinny, tall, short, fat. I don't think to me, it's something about that with me, I respect the ingenuity of anyone that will push humanity to the next level, or at least try to, with their sheer brilliance and soul. I find that commendable. And so, he was born in 1856, and he died in 1943. And so he was an engineer who discovered and patented the rotating magnetic field. This is the basic of AC current. This is the basic of AC current machinery. He also developed the three-phase system of electric power transmission. Okay, and so he came to the United States. He sold the patent rights to a system of alternating current dynamos, transformers, and motors to George Westinghouse. In 1891, he invented the Tesla coil, an induction coil widely used in radio technology. See, this is what he said. If you want to discover the secret of the universe, they get energy and frequency. Radio signals, believe it or not, human brains that can emit and transmit radio signals and infrared rays and photon light energy. And it does this through the electromagnetism. Your thoughts are radio signals, believe it or not. You could send those radio signals if you gather all of the photons in your body at a certain level, and shoot them through your pineal gland. You could send radio signals and radio signals to people's heads and minds through thoughts. This is what remote viewing is. You can control someone's mind, which, I mean, it gets deep. And honestly, I ain't trying to sit up here and tell all people's business and secrets or whatnot, but this is what they know at the top. They know that this shit is being done and that you can do this shit. They just hope that your ass don't ever figure it out. And a lot of you are going to accidentally discover this stuff. I accidentally discovered that thoughts are like radio signals, and accidentally discovered how to manipulate an electromagnetic grid and all this shit. I wasn't trying to really, like, I knew intuitively, like, Tahuti and stuff was giving me information and dreams about electromagnetism. Like, I wrote a whole book called The Law of Gender, where I'm talking about electricity and electromagnetism of the body. And, so I knew it was something there, but I didn't know that it was like that. Like, your brain is a transducer antenna. Your brain is a transducer antenna, but in certain aspect of the brain, in certain levels, because remember, there's There's different octaves of the self, of the consciousness, states of consciousness. Certain levels, it is a supercomputer calculator. It is a supercomputer. The next level, transducer antenna. The next level, electric, physiological component of the brain, of consciousness, rather. Because remember, physical reality is a byproduct of consciousness. And so, you know, when he's giving you the secrets right there with this radio stuff, man. And that's why a lot of black people, a lot of black Americans, they'll play these games. They like to play on your top and make it seem like they don't know what I'm talking about, or Callie just talking crazy. Oh, and that's why a lot of black Americans love walkie-talkie. That's why a lot of black Americans, they don't need to talk on cell phone. I know black Americans that you never get them to be able to talk on a cell phone because they know how to send thoughts with their motherfucking mind, with their brain, and they keeping it a secret. Now, that's their business. I'm not here to put nobody on blast and tell what people be doing and whatnot. That's not my thing. I'm not trying to do that. But I know for a fact that there are black Americans doing this to each other, communicating and telepathic communication, all types of shit. And so this is what Tesla was harnessing, that energy of electromagnetism, and was finding ways to use the earth to center that. He wasn't trying to, like, oh, let's do telepathy. This is what Elon Musk is trying to create: synthetic telepathy. You don't need synthetic telepathy. Raise your fucking vibration and you will get real telepathy. You don't need to synthetic put a neural link in your damn head and all this shit. I could see if people was blind and they need, certain elements with impairment and all that stuff. And I could see somebody making that choice to do that. But just to put some shit in our head so we can connect to the internet and all this stuff so you can do faster calculations and become half machine, half human. No, that's some bullshit. You can have real telepathy if you do the work. But they want to always do cut. This is what the system does. It always do short. And I like Elon Musk, but pushing that shit on our people, you're gonna have regret that. Just like how you talked about how AI, it could be a demon that we can control. And you said, can we actually control a demon? Can you control a demon? If you are in the cult, everybody knows you cannot control a demon. And so it's the same thing with this Neuralink shit. That's how I look at it. I look at it as it's very disturbing. And so now you have Elon Musk trying to ride the wave of the Tesla energy as far as, we're going to do Neuralink. And so what Tesla was coming up with, this idea of harnessing the electromagnetism from the earth, probably with some type of wires, copper wire. He was going to do it. Some things he was going to come up with wirelessly and all this stuff, and harness free energy for the world. Probably without, EMFs. He probably found a way to, he would have, this is the type of soul that would have found a way. How do we reduce EMFs? How do we reduce radiation? Or there are good types of radiation. This is another thing this universe doesn't know about. This planet doesn't know about. Certain beings, I ain't gonna go there, but and we know that certain types of radiations are not the harmful to you. I mean, just come on, if you talk about infrared ray therapy, what's the other one? Red light therapy. Those are forms of radiation. There's different types of radiation. Okay, so when you see a lot of people, they scared, they want to get you so scared of radiation, so freaked out about radiation. Especially the radiation that's coming from the solar flares right now. Anytime you get an increase of radiation, you're going to get an increase of melanin. It's going to balance out. Any radiation that's coming from the solar flares, that's coming from the sun, is a balancing effect. And so if this planet is being beamed with radiation, it's for a purpose, it's for a reason. It is not going to be harmful. Maybe it's going to be harmful for the motherfuckers that want power. Maybe it's harmful to the people that can't raise their vibration. I don't know. But for those of us that's going to get it, this is cleansing, and you're going to get a more melanin production. You'll get your electromagnetic field will balance out to be able to handle the radiation hitting this planet where it won't affect you. That's all I got to say, regardless of your color. So all this freaking out about, the solar beings and the radiation is so going to be so harmful for us and all this stuff. Y'all can freak out about that shit if y'all want to. I'm not freaked out. They hit my body with all types of radiation weapons. I mean, they do all types of crazy shit. And actually, I had a family member warn me about that. They're going to try to kill you with radiation, just like they do. This is what they do to target it, they'll try to hit your ass. They try to kill your ass with radiation. Slow radiation is, to mutate your cells. Some people it don't even work on. you're dealing with certain species, I won't even go there. But anyways, Tesla's father was an Orthodox priest. His mother was unschooled but highly intelligent. And so, he had this big imagination and creativity as well as a poetic touch. And so, um, he found his way. I want to know more about it. Okay, so he found the principle of rotating magnetic field, developed plans for induction motors, and so he was a poet as well. So he had calculations for a flying machine. He found his first employment with who other than thief Thomas Edison, who we're going to do something on Lewis Lattimore too. Uh, and so Thomas Edison, everybody, when you got a mind like that, people are going to surround you like motherfucking sharks to try to steal what you got or to see how they can take what you got. Okay. And so the Westinghouse Electric Company bought the patent rights to Tesla's polyphase system of alternating current dynamos. We already read that. And so Tesla also eventually established his own laboratory where he could really do his own thing. And so this is where he experimented with shadow graphs, similar to those that was discovered in X-rays in 1895. His work included a carbon button lamp on the power of electrical resonance. That's why I keep saying resonance is the fifth governing law of the universe. Watch, I published that writing now. I put it in books. I made videos about it. People could say, "Oh, Kylie is off her rocker talking about she discovered the fifth law of the governing force of the universe." Yes, the universe. Okay, I know shit. Like I don't. The whole videos on the chaos intelligence about even what chaos intelligence is in terms of understanding dark matter and dark energy. As far as me breaking down that. Those are all codes. You think for a second that, yeah, I mean, the average Black American may think, oh, that's too much, Kylie. We don't know about all that. No resonance, no fifth. You better believe that this government is watching my ass like a hawk, studying every little thing that I put out on my YouTube channel. That's why they shadow ban and try to hurry up and try to see what the hell I'm talking about, so they can go and try to cross reference or see what the hell they got in their little secret books in the Vatican and all this shit. Because I know for a fact that that galaxy, the center of the galaxy, is somewhere on the left side. Know how to connect to it, and it does be giving me information, and I get clearance for when I ask guys, is it okay if I say this stuff on YouTube or if I put this stuff out? Because if it's not, I'm not going to, but if it is, I'm going to say it. Shit, it's 1,000 years ahead of my time anyway, so shit ain't nobody like literally somebody told me, shit, these people can't understand what you're talking about anyways, and we gonna make sure that don't nobody watch it, so we don't even we gonna let you just say whatever the fuck you want to say, because don't nobody know what the hell you're talking about anyways. And so but you better believe that they are watching my stuff, talking about that dark matter, breaking down that dark matter of what even the Eve gene means and how it relates to the galaxy with entropy, dark matter being entropy, melanin and consciousness and resonance. Yeah. And the fifth governing law of the universe is resonance. But resonance comes before electromagnetism. Resonance is stronger than electromagnetism. And you have to start this whole thing, like Tesla is saying, you have to start, he ain't say consciousness, but you have to start the whole approach from any science at the basis of consciousness. Tahuti gave you all that code thousands of years ago. The universe is mental. If you started from there, but all this other stuff that they be doing with this physical matter dense, this science, the way they approach science. This is why that's why I keep saying over and over again, quantum mechanics keep having all these problems, and we having spookiness. We don't understand quantum entanglement. We don't understand quantum superposition. We don't get this. This doesn't make sense. String theory doesn't add up. This doesn't make sense. This doesn't, because you keep leaving out consciousnness and resonance. Because you keep ignoring what Tesla told y'all, 100 years ago, that everything, you could think of everything as frequency and energy, then you understand the secrets of the universe. Why don't y'all just try it? Why won't y'all just listen to what Tahuti motherfucker said? I don't understand that shit, because they do know. They do know. I don't. I'm just like, I'm so done with this system. I tried, but I have to say, let's continue with what he was talking about. So he invented that Tesla coil, which is used in radio and technology sets and other electronic equipment. Okay. And so I can show y'all a video right now. This done sent chills to down my soul. The project carried power to Buffalo by 1896. Do y'all remember when I told y'all Niagara Falls, which bore Tesla's name and patent numbers? Do y'all remember I told y'all about that story that my friend had about how the FBI just showed up to her old ass great grandfather's house, didn't say no words, and we were in high school, and she told me this story when she said the government came to my house, and then I'm from Buffalo, and he had a part of Tesla something. It was something that she had of it was something he had of Tesla's in a locked ass box in the attic, and they found out about it. Somehow the government found out about it, and she said that they just walked up in that bitch, took that shit, and walked right on out with it. She said it was we didn't know who Tesla was. We was young as hell. She was like, it's somebody named Nikola Tesla, something like he had a part of something from his invention from the 1800s that was passed down to my family. And I remember thinking like, what the hell is she talking about? But it was on her mind because she's like, yo, FBI just showed up to my fucking house, just raided my great grandfather's house. I'll never forget. We was like in breakfast. Like I would never forget. And I remember looking at her like, "What the hell is she talking about?" And when I see this, because I never questioned her. I never said, "Dive deep," because we were so young. We weren't thinking about no damn Nikola Tesla. We thinking about the boys and the girls and high school and shit. Clothes and the mall. I wasn't thinking about none of this. But it just sent chills down my spine seeing the project carry part of Buffalo by 1896 and the connection to Niagara Falls. That's really close. So now it makes sense. And I wish I could, because we don't talk anymore, but I really wish I could ask her more about that story. Like, can you tell me more about the story, and can you tell me more about how it got in Buffalo and how he got it over the connection of? I really wish maybe she would talk about that, because I don't think no young ass 14-year-old kid just gonna make no random ass story like that. I mean, that's a pretty elaborate story. And Nikola Tesla, it wasn't even like Tesla was existing back then. He wasn't popular. We didn't know nothing about this shit. Wow, that's deep. In 1898, Tesla announced his invention of a tele-automatic boat guided by remote control. Again, that remote control, them radio signals, that's what people can do with their brains, man. That's what people can do with their brains. Wow. When skepticism was voiced, Tesla proved his claims for it before a crowd in Madison Square Garden. His most important discovery was terrestrial stationary waves. So it proved that by this discovery, he proved that the earth could be used as a conductor and made to resonate at a certain electrical frequency. He also lit 200 lamps without wires from a distance of 40 kilometers, 25 miles, and created a man-made lightning producing flashes measuring 135 feet. At one time, he was certain he had received signals from another planet in his Colorado laboratory, a claim that was met with derision. Oh, no. I believe it. See, he knew the universe was mental. This motherfucker was getting quantum. He was getting sick. No. No. I believe it. Met with derision in some scientific journals, and they was studying his ass like a hawk. Because I had made them claims too about this dimension. I was in 2020 about there's dimensions and the Atlanteans. They be thinking people went crazy and bonkers. No, that shit be real. I'll play on people's tops if y'all want to, but they be talking about something. Hey, these beings said that resonance is a fifth line. And he did receive signals from another planet in his Colorado laboratory. I believe it. 1,000%. Just like how they used to say on Maury's show, I'm 1,000% sure that's the father. I am 1,000% sure he probably received signals from another planet. Because I know for a fact you can do it. I don't care what these people tell you, how much they put your mind in a box and put your limitations on your consciousness and on your electromagnetic frequency. Your electromagnetic, if you really get in light body and become ascended master, your electromagnetic frequency, you can send a photon to anywhere in this galaxy. I guarantee you. But you got to be careful because, not every entity, it gets deep. It gets deep. You can get your ass smacked up, and when you start to go into certain levels and ascending, oh, they do come after your ass, like just like in the Matrix with that what's that Agent Smith shit. But that Agent Smith shit, that shit is real. Automatons and NPCs that get turned on like a fucking remote control. That's why people trying to clown Meek Mills, right? People trying, because Meek Mills was like, are y'all bots? Are y'all really AI computer generated NPCs or something? And people don't understand when he talk like that. They think he sound crazy. They keep saying he crashed out. He crashed out. Yeah, he probably was doing some charm shit with P. Diddy, whatever. I think he's a victim of that industry. He went along, maybe he did go along with it, but that was the price to pay to get put on. So that booty hole. But I was reading them tweets that I was reading between the lines on them motherfucking tweets. So I said, no. He might not be lying about some of this stuff. Like when he talk about like them MP, he said that's why I wish I could show y'all the tweets when he's made it, and it flew over people's heads, because celebrities, they have access to occult knowledge that maybe the average public does not. And so they'll say stuff, and you'll be thinking, oh, he just crazy, like they doing with Ryan Garcia. But no, it'd be really deep shit. You just don't understand it. But when he made that comment about them NPCs, I mean, he made a tweet that he said, are y'all even real? Y'all sure y'all even real humans? These could be bots and NPC AI bots and stuff. He's on to something about that. I know for a fact that some of these humans are let me shut up. But it gets deep. They get deep. So I say this to say, yeah, Nikola Tesla received a signal from another planet. Ain't nobody. You already proved these things. Thomas Edison trying to steal his work. J.P. Morgan, they trying to destroy his stuff. Westinghouse Electric Company buys his patents. He proved that he can remote control a automatic boat. He proved that he already discovered terrestrial stationary waves that proved the Earth could be used as a conductor and made to resonate at a certain electrical frequency. He lit a lamp that without wires that could go 25 miles. Why would that be so hard-fetched? This was a genius. This is not someone that did interesting things with science. This is a fucking genius that ended up getting targeted for his genius. Okay? And so, regardless of how we're Black Americans stand on this shit, what you need to take of it is, because y'all probably like, well, shit, it ain't about what we need to focus on. He ain't a Black American. He Tesla. He white man. He the white man. What you need to take from this is, if you are picking up codes of what I'm talking about your own electromagnetism, about your own resonance. I just gave you a big ass motherfucking light code, Black American. Your brain is a transducer antenna. Your brain, another aspect of your brain of consciousness is it is a supercomputer. Another octave of your brain of consciousness is that it has an electromagnetic field that you can send radio signals through your brain, that you can channel all of the photons in your body. I just gave y'all codes about infrared rays. That's what your ass need to think about it. Then you go and read some of his stuff and then start to put some of these things together, Black American. That's what you take from it, or even African, or whoever is watching it. That's what you need to take from this. Indian, that's what you need to take from this, from me doing the Honor Society video on Nikola Tesla. That's what you need to take from this. Like, okay, she's talking about some Black people was telepathic and some shit like that with it. Brain waves. What the fuck is she talking about? Either don't play dumb. Don't play on my top, Black American. By trying to downplay Nikola Tesla, because he's a white man or whatever. Okay. Whatever. But read between the lines of everything that I'm saying and the codes that I'm giving you in this video. I'm giving you some codes. This video is most likely going to get very much shadow banned. If you guys watching, for playback purposes, whatever, please watch that video on the feet chakras and the energy in the feet. I'm telling you, like, I've never seen that video. Is so, I'm like, what the hell did I say in that video that got them so scared? Like, that make me say, watch it. That make me say, watch it, because I must have said something in there that's really about to give y'all some. Y'all gonna be transmitting energy out the feet and discharging it. It look like I might have found y'all a way to get out of that, to remove some of that electromagnetic frequency, the EMS out the body and the radiation, which we all knew about that for years. That ain't nothing new. But I said something in there that got them freaked out. I said something relating to them foot chakras and the energies and how to put intentions in them waters and the grooming of the feet. I don't know, man, because I was like, damn, I can't I mean, like I you could tell when, like, you know, the impressions, when they do the YouTube impressions, you can see how much engagement the videos get in, or like the impressions in which they show the video, or even if you run ads on the video, like you could see, like even when I had posted, I just shared it on Twitter, where, like, I have never seen, that is like the lowest level of engagement I ever saw in my life, like single digit, like where they only literally show it 4 times, block it from like, I've never seen nothing like that. I said, damn, what the hell did I say in this video? It's only 37 minutes long. And I'm talking about the energy points of the feet, the different parts of the feet, from the crown, how it connects, how the major 7 chakras connect to the feet. And I said, damn, what did I say in here that got a shadow band like that? But the rest of it, I mean, all of my stuff is shadow band, but not like that was like extreme. Like that was like, yo, what are they afraid of when it comes to humans and their feet? What did I say? I thought that was funny. But these when we doing shit like that, and we waking shit up, like, that's why I started to watch that Honor Society with Aaron Salter video. Y'all gonna learn a lot of motherfucking codes in that. Just spend the time, spend the day washing your ass, washing your hair, washing your clothes, whatever you're doing, and listen to those 2 videos. If you don't listen to nothing else, check out that esoteric stuff, that information. It will get you to a higher level. It will, in consciousness. Okay, we're doing this Honor Society video for a reason. Covering genius minds who don't get their shade. Covering genius minds that know some shit, that get buried, blacklisted, work stolen. We covering them type of people on Nakhti University. This is what Nakhti University is about. We are about ingenuity, creativity, intellectualism, righteousness, justice, the truth. Speaking of motherfucking truth at all times, getting information. We're concerned with enlightenment. Enlightenment in love. Creativity of education. Creativity in intelligence. Human-centered intelligence. Decentralized learning. Unconventional learning. Stuff that's really about to propel humanity. Not some SHRM programming shit. Okay, and I take hits for that. I take, if I have to take the hits for that, then so be it. But at the same time, I have to do what my heart. I have to do what's in my heart. I have to do what's in my soul. I have to do what God called me to do. I have to do what my soul called me to do millions and millions of years ago, as an octave of the primordial mother. I can't sit and play games with y'all and be sitting there lying to damn humanity about some shit y'all should have known 1,000, 2,000 years ago, that people try to wake up, and now we in 2024, and we at the nadir, the abyss of low level consciousness that this planet has ever seen, and it's enough. Great Mother says no more. Planet Earth, Mother Gaia, she says no more. Y'all motherfuckers got to get the hell on. You ain't got to go home, but you got to get the hell up on out of here, because we need ascension. And some of the indigo, some of the enlightened souls that are too far up, into the different dimensions. Sometimes you may need to descend if you're in a physical body while you're on here, because else you're gonna have a very uncomfortable experience, because nobody gonna understand you. Nobody, just like Nikola Tesla, nobody understood him. Nobody wanted to be around him. And he was out having a relationship with birds, and we're gonna talk about his relationship with the birds, because I really don't like nobody trying to come at nobody and try to say somebody's a degenerate and weird because of their eccentricities based on the experiences of being a targeted individual, of being a human on this planet that is so ahead of your time, that nobody can relate to, that people try to sabotage, that people try to kill, that people try, like, I understand what that feels like, and what that can do to a person's mind and brain and even outlook on humanity. And so, those of us that may be a little bit into we're operating on a certain frequency, we in some aspects may need to descend to have a more pleasant experience with on planet Earth for the time being, even though we're transitory beings and we just here for visiting, and we're just like, yeah, okay, it gets real, because a lot of us we too far out into the damn universe somewhere, or in the cosmic realm, and we're losing the experience of being on planet Earth. Sometimes, chilling and watching a good ass movie and eating some good ass food. Sometimes that's really all you need to chill for a day or two, rest your mind for a day or two. For those of us that's like me, the chosen ones, brilliant thinkers, spiritual people, spiritualists, people that are very gifted, those that are like us, yeah, I know what I'm talking about. It's like sometimes we need a break too. Okay. And so, um, this is already had told you guys about that with JP Morgan about the wireless tower and how it was destroyed and how they were trying to fund it because he was expecting to provide this worldwide communication, sending pictures, messages, weather warnings, and stock reports for free. And again, the project was abandoned because of financial panic, and Morgan withdrew it. It was Tesla's greatest defeat. They actually said absolutely not, absolutely not. They wouldn't even give me a shake. Me talking about DAO, decentralized learning hubs for for the education system. I wrote a book called Aid Fest, it's an instructional design manual in which I was talking about how we can create personalized learning facilitators that can um, create like data driven AI analysis to assist like the personalized learning facilitator would literally be an assistant to the student in helping them develop self awareness of their learning styles, of their preferences, of how they're gonna what are the best ways that they learn. What are how do we challenge them, teaching them how to self reflect on their self. So it's like how it would be like a personalized learning facilitator that would and so you'd be thinking of these things and you'd be thinking you push in the envelope and then you don't get no shake and you wonder why people are like, oh, girl, we care about profit, we don't care about none of that shit you're talking about helping some students and we don't care about that. Like this is the way we have it set up. You either get in or where you fit in. Like that, and then many people fall into that. I don't know how to fall into that. That is not a part of my soul and my genetic makeup. And so I'm having a pretty hard time on this planet, because I'm like, hey, why don't we just let's just tap into our ingenuity and create things for the betterment of humanity? And people are like, bitch, please, we are not thinking about nothing. And it sucks. It hurts. It makes me cry. No lie. Like I really be like, oh my gosh, like how am I going to take this? And so I was thinking about, the concept of instructional design in terms of self awareness, emotional intelligence, and enlightenment. Literally in the book, and I'm like, I can, and I was like, well, who do we run these? Who do I go to the military? Because the most instructional designs are developed by the military for the education system. If you guys didn't know that, it's like, do I just go to do a PhD program and go to develop it through academia? And it's like, I could feel, you could feel that energy and the reaction, like, we don't care about that. We don't care about humans and their enlightenment and self-awareness through education and DAOs and decentralized learning hubs and developing methods where students can earn why they learn by becoming their own peer. They're becoming peer-to-peer learning hubs, creating these decentralized peer-to-peer learning hubs where they can use various tokens, just like how you have blockchain technology. You can develop that same system in education since through a DAO, a decentralized autonomous organization. I do think that I'm way too early on this shit, and I do think that people will emphasize stuff from that AFES book that I just wrote in 2023. I think academia, maybe 20 years from now, 50 years from now, 100 years from now, I think they will take ideas out of that damn book. I truly do, especially some of the stuff with the Web 5.0 technology as far as the emotionally sentient AI, that works as like an assistant to the student for learning, to create customized learning, personalized learning paths for them, to create DAOs that focus more so on the interest and the passion of the student in a intelligence centered design way. You know, I do think eventually people will catch on. I just think I'm too early from my ideas. I really do. And so that's why I feel for Tesla and I relate to him, even though I'm not in the field of electricity or anything in engineering. I think electromagnetism is cool. I talk about I mean, if you just listen to like study my body of work and my books, I'm always talking about electromagnetism. I always knew it was something important about that, but I didn't know until I experienced it. Like I always knew, I said it's something that with our bodies and we electric. I mean, we all know we electric beings and we're light beings and all this stuff, but nah, it's some old other shit. It's some old other type shit going on, man. And I always felt that, and I'm really grateful to Tahuti and Yeshua and Kalima for teaching me some of the cool things about electromagnetism in dreams. I have to say in dreams because people be trying to play on my top, make it seem like I'm crazy. But I'm really grateful for being able to experience that and to know the power of what that is, because that is really why they went after Nikola Tesla, because he's kind of, believe it or not, and I wish I knew some more light codes about his bloodline, but he's kind of he kind of applied the actual correct teachings of Yeshua's. He's one of the ones that applied it the correct way. And they got it at him for it. They took it, they came after him. But these teachings, the real actual teachings of intergalactic mentalism that Yeshua is trying to teach, trying to get people to understand, and they took it out of what the hell's going on with Christianity today. Believe it or not, Nikola Tesla is one of the ones that come closest to understanding some of that information on a deep level. I don't think he was a Christian or anything. Maybe he did read some of his stuff. He didn't have to, apparently, because he ended up getting the light codes the same way. He ended up getting them same light codes. And I know this is very far fetched because people are into religious dogma and religious fanatics, and I don't have time for that shit. That is not my angle when I'm coming from this. I'm not trying to push religion on anybody at all. I'm just saying, like, there's actual light codes through those teachings as an octave of Tahuti, as someone that was taught in a different dimension on from the chaos intelligence realm, dragon riders come down here and to teach that, but from the human body perspective of the electromagnetic field of the body, the healing of the hands, waking up from the dead, turning common of the seas in the water, bringing a rain, all this stuff. That's all through, once again, the interaction with the electromagnetic field and harnessing of light energy, certain amount of light energy within the body, electricity within the body. And I know that may be so far fetched, like, no, that is possibly, no, that was, this is not the, I mean, please spare me. For those that know, they know. I have to say, and that's probably why I do have a respect for Nikola Tesla. Okay, and so Tesla work, he then shifted to turbines and other projects, but he had a lack of funds, and so he didn't have money. And that's the same thing with me. That's the same thing I'm dealing with. Lots of brilliant ideas. I have invention books and all types of stuff running around here, and types of things in my mind, and very great ideas. Nakhti University, I can build a DAO's decentralized learning hub and actualize those ideas that I have, and certain things that I want to do. But again, they will make sure that your ass don't have funds to get your ideas off the board, because they know that them ideas is way too potent. I don't, you know what I mean? Like, even some of the ideas, some of the teachings of my book, of the Nakhti philosophy, of the chaos intelligence realm, of the theories that I have, like that stuff, they are not about to, and I had to really accept that. And it was so hurtful. I had got a phone call and they had to really break it down to me. Like, we don't care about nothing but profit. We don't care about actually helping. Like, I was dead ass serious. I think they knew that. And I think it hurt their heart too. Like, we got to really tell this girl, like, this is not how this world works, sweetie. Like, we care about profit. Why would I care about, and I remember he was saying, why would we care about that? And I was just crushed. Like, it hurt my soul. It really crushed me. Like, what do you mean? And it made me see that it made me discover that, yes, we are in spiritual warfare, for one. Two, it made me think, like, all of this stuff is a stage. Like, this is really The Matrix. This is like really Brandon Circus. It's like, it's hard to, once you see it that way, it's really hard to come back in terms of like, because you feel like you're playing a character role. I mean, we all know that we're in a video game. You know, we're meat suits, we're souls in a meat suit body, and you know, we're you know, got NPCs, and you got broadband video latency with your brain. We all know this stuff. It's like you're playing a fucking video game with your consciousness. But it's like, to really feel that, I don't know. I don't think humans. Is there any other human that felt? I can feel what I'm saying. Like, to really feel like, yo, you're really in a fucking digital. This is a video game. It's like that shit. It's hard because then you see the stuff that really don't matter. It's just like, it's a bunch of people just into shit that just don't motherfucking matter, or that you know ain't gonna get nowhere. And you have to really entertain it, or you have to really, you know, people are really like brainwashed. Like, people are really like in the Matrix, like really going and brainwashed. And so then it's like, how do you approach that? And so then you can't even relate to anybody anymore, because you know that this is a Maya system. You know that this is an illusion. And I always knew it was a Maya Matrix. You know, we've been talking about that for years. Like, it's the average person always talk about, you know, we live in a Matrix. We live in a simulation. We live in a simulation within a simulation. You know, but like, oh, this is some other shit, because they trying to turn this shit into like a prison planet. And they got niggas time looping, and they trying to prevent interdimensional travel. They trying to actually prevent people from becoming enlightened on planet Earth. Like, that's sick. It's like they really are trying to block certain energies from the expression of their very soul, because their frequencies are so powerful. And so they send in they'll send a whole legion of a secret society, an organization, a cult group, a coven, the government. Like, they'll send on one person because they're that afraid of that energy. It's just really creepy. I don't know how to take that shit. I you know what I mean? That's why I know Nikola Tesla went through some shit. I know what he went, and to be honest, you be on such a certain frequency of thinking of creativity. Okay, we're gonna do this for humans. We're gonna do this. I'm gonna do this for Black Americans. We gotta do this for Black Americans. And we're gonna do this. We're gonna do the great things, and then we're gonna teach and blah, blah, blah. And your ass really don't be thinking. You don't be seeing all them people plotting behind your damn back, plotting on your downfall, selling you out, doing all types of shit down your head, trying to get you in a soul contract, trying to get you to sell your soul. You don't be seeing it. You just be do in la la land. And I know Nikola. I know his type of brain. I could feel his energy. I know he was in la la land, worried about, I'm gonna get free energy to the world. We're gonna, oh, look at this. Oh, and the government is looking like, really? These bankers and these royal, you know, the Rothschilds and the Rockefeller and J.P. Morgan, they looking at this motherfucker like, oh, we gonna get you, nigga. You sitting here talking about you gonna get free energy to the whole world with the little invention. And he's smarter than them. Mind you, he's smarter than all of them. So they already have contempt for that. And then he's talking about helping humanity. I mean, these people don't think like that. They don't understand what the fuck you're talking about. You know, and so they see a cash cow. They see all they see is like, oh, you got some, you know, some shit. How can we exploit this? How can we use this for our system? How can we benefit? How can we reverse engineer this so that we can have more power and control? That's the only thing they was thinking about. But you don't be seeing that when you be thinking of all the things you want to do, all the things you want to write, and all the things you want to be. You know, you just really be in a playground on planet Earth. You really just be really trying to get your rocks off, trying to, you know, it is what it is. When I was writing all my books and putting all this knowledge out and putting all these things out about electromagnetism and the alchemy and the occult and esoteric sciences and things to help Black women, things to help Black Americans, and architecture systems, all this stuff that I was thinking about in my head, they know very well that you have to do things from the mental plane first before you can actualize it in a physical sense. Whether you have experience to do it or not, that stuff is in your DNA. They know this about Black Americans, about any human. They know good and hell well if they give you them resources, you're going to figure that shit out. You give me these resources, we're going to build them intentional motherfucking communities. We're going to build that Nakhti Queen mothership and them enterprise architecture for Black Americans. We're going to watch. I figure that shit out. Now that's something if I had unlimited funds, I will sit my motherfucking ass down and figure out how we gonna build that shit. When I talk about them ponds and our own communities, our own little cities and all that stuff, oh, you better believe that's in my bloodline. That is in my DNA. That is in my epigenetics. And so you have to cut off. You have to make sure that they don't have the money. They can't figure it out. That's what they do. Or you try to offer. I told y'all that story in the Pan African is Dead video with the book, the 5-hour video, the longest video that's on his channel. I poured my soul in that video, and I told y'all that story of what happened when they asked me, when the devil came to me asking me about contracts and what can they do to help me build Nakhti University, and I freaked out. I said, what kind of shit is they, and I told that story. I ain't feeling like telling it again, but it's incredibly disturbing to be on planet Earth and to be operating at a certain frequency and to know that you got a whole Dharma urge against you. So then it's like, well, do you take control of the Dharma urge? Thank God that I have the blood of Solomon and David, but it's like, God, goodness gracious, like I didn't know it would be this hard. It is incredibly difficult. I've never seen the amount of roadblock. I mean, roadblock after road, and it's like somebody playing a video game and trying to just. It's like they, you can feel that energy. You can feel that shit. They've been doing this since time and millennia, and I'm not the only one. They have done this to millions of people. They have done this to millions of Black Americans that they didn't get to tell the tale. Because it was so smooth operational psyop. They couldn't even. It hit them, and they on the other side. They got them out the paint real quick. They ain't here to tell the tale. A lot of people ain't here to tell the tale. I bet you if Darren Sills was alive right now, he would tell you a bunch of shit they was doing that he picked up on, but he didn't really see it or he didn't speak on it. I bet you if he survived them assassination attempts and was really able to tell us the clues and the keys that he put together and who was coming to him and who was all in his face, I bet you he would tell you, like, damn, like these motherfuckers was really after me. Like these motherfuckers came hard. And it's always through deception. It's always through sending people that you think is your friend and to like you, and they're gonna ride with you, family members. I bet you one of his family members was in on it. You never know because he's not here to tell his tale. But I bet you one of them family members was in on getting him when they pulled his brother over. When they pulled him and his brother over, I bet you was somebody that knew that facilitated that. And I bet you in terms of him getting burnt alive in that car and shot in the head like that, I bet you it was somebody really motherfucking close to him that set that up. Very, very close that he didn't expect. That's how they do it. He just not here to tell the tale. Because I know what happened with me. They got me good. Motherfuckers that real close to me that was in on what they was trying to do to me. The assassination attempt. Close. And that shit was very hurtful. And it is what it is. And then everybody got plausible deniability because they work with the occult and they work in secret society. So you have plausible deniability. So you come out to the public and you sound crazy. But everybody knows what the fuck they did. That's how it goes. So I know that Nikola Tesla was dealing with some fuck shit. So his lack of funds, his ideas remained in his notebooks, which are still examined by enthusiasts. Donald Trump got a lot of his notebooks, believe it or not. His uncle worked with him or something like that. His uncle was a physicist and got access to Tesla's work. So Trump got Tesla's work. He got the Ark of the Covenant replica that he done charged up with energy, charged up and got the Nikola Tesla's 369 codes in his paperwork. That's why Trump be dipping and dodging because he understands this universe is energy and frequency. Trump understands that. Don't let him think he don't. I don't care how they try to make it. You're playing 5D chess, if that. Shit, they might be playing 7D chess for all we know. It's a cold world, man. He invaded 90 indictments for a reason. Can't lock his ass up for a reason. They could if they really wanted to throw it at him too. So that means that's how you could tell it's spiritual warfare. That's how you could tell it's the occult. That they are literally fighting one another. It's deeper. It's much, much deeper. Bloodlines fighting each other for power. Nonetheless, let's go down. So Tesla allowed himself only a few close friends. Among them were the writers Robert Underwood Johnson, Mark Twain, and Francis Marion Crawford. He was quite impractical in financial matters and eccentric. See, people that got minds like that, they are very impractical in financial matters. I know I am. I am getting better, much, much, much better. But I know how it is to just not think and not care about money. I actually know how that feels for that to be. You be thinking about it, but like in your ideal world, that's not. I would never want humans to have to think about something as simple as money and working you got to work 9 to 5 hours for another corporation so you can have, so you could pay your bills, rent. Like that to me, it don't feel normal to me. That feels very unpleasant. That feels that, I don't understand how the average human think it's normal. But look, I just know I'm ahead of my time. Eventually, y'all niggas gonna realize like, yo, this is the new form of slavery. Like, and then people say, oh, you have to work. I understand you have to do a day's labor, right? You know, get your food, toil for you know, we had to have agriculture. You had to fish. You had to go and get water out the well. You had to do your chores. You had to make sure that the hay was good, that the horses was taken care of. You had to, you know, that the chicken eggs, you got to go get the eggs and clean the eggs or the chickens or whatever. Feed the chickens. You know, because you got to figure you just need your food and your clothing. So maybe you did have a little clothing shop and you had to work and the family had to come. You know, you made boots or something. Like my family, we had some of my bloodline did and they made cart wheels for like horse buggy back in the day. Also, some of my family, we had a grocery store, which is way back in the day, like in the 1800s, where they would also have a horse and carriage and have put the fruits and veggies in a horse and carriage and go around the neighborhood to sell for like a farmer's market, right? It's not a coincidence that I started the Organic Commonwealth and when I was 22 years old. Now that makes sense. It's a bloodline stuff that seeps through, right? Nonetheless, you know, they would go, that's work. That's labor, right? That's very different. It was on our own farm. It was their own farm. Even though it's my bloodline, that was on our farm as far as the growing of those fruits and veggies and deciding to sell them throughout the village and stuff like that. That's very different than what we have today. I'm not talking about that kind of work. You guys know exactly what I'm talking about. You working for $10 an hour, can't even make ends meet at Walmart and shit. Some telecommunications corporation that don't give you benefits and shit. You know, you guys know exactly what I'm talking about. It's slavery. I don't care what nobody say. It's slavery. That's different than having your own agency and starting, you know, and not everybody going to do a business or entrepreneurship, right? That's not what I'm talking about either. Because I think people should be doing what they're passionate about, and say you have a family business that you have the duty to for a while, or you have to go work for someone else to make ends meet and whatnot. I get that, but what's going on now is totally different than what I'm talking about. Working in some damn chicken factory and shit for 12 hours a day on your damn feet for some chickens that's not even free range and cage free. These chickens that's in a transnational corporation farm, locked up, cooped up. They eating corn. They not even eating the right food they supposed to eat, and you gotta cut that up and work in a factory, stank ass factory all day with salmonella and all that. Nah, man, that shit ain't normal. You ain't on your farm, or you ain't on your cousin farm, or your neighbor's farm helping them with their chickens. No, you in some damn, come on, or Amazon fucking warehouse for 12 hours a day. Yeah. I guess. I don't know. I'm just one person, you know. But we know how it all ends, so it's all good. We know how it all ends. But they say he was impractical and financial matters and eccentric, driven by compulsions and progressive germ phobia. Yeah, so he was a clairvoyant, probably says he had an intuitive way of sensing hidden scientific secrets and playing his inventive talent to prove his hypothesis. Tesla was a godsend to reporters who sought sensational copy, but a problem to editors who were uncertain how seriously his futuristic prophecies would be regarded. He was a prophet. His assertions that he could split the earth like an apple. See, did not tell y'all what something happened to me? There's earth gonna split in half like an apple. That shit is true. That shit is true. Speculates communication concerning communication with other planets. His assertion that he could split the earth like an apple. And see, I see myself in him because I'll be talking this same shit I said as soon as if the government was to ever kill me or whoever they send a secret society, whoever, and I always keep saying this earth will split in half. That's true. You can split this earth like an apple. This man ain't crazy by a long shot in his claim of having invented a death ray capable of destroying 10,000 airplanes at a distance of 400 kilometers, 200 feet. That's true too. Again, once you understand his energy, But watch this. After Tesla's death, the custodian of alien property impounded his trunks, which held his papers, his diplomas, and other honors, his letters, and his laboratory notes. These were eventually inherited by Tesla's nephew and later housed in the Nikola Tesla Museum in Belgrade. Hundreds files into New York City's cathedral. See, and I'm about to show you some real stuff because they ain't showing everything. The divine for his funeral services, a flood of messages acknowledged the loss of a great genius. They trying to make it seem like they did it injustice. No. Let me show you this. This is much longer, as we can see. So we won't go over this one. This is so much longer. Colorado Springs. Let's see. I mean, this is way more deeper than he just found some interesting things to do with science. This is the level that Black Americans are at as well. That's why I'm telling y'all about it, because like I know that y'all be doing this type of shit too, and I know that that's why that Aaron Salter come up with a way to invent car engine with water with electrosis, whatever that word is. You guys know what I'm trying to say, and coming up with a way to defy the second law of thermodynamics, and as well as that other Black guy that came up with a way to turn air into water, and with so many other Black American inventors, 50,000 patents, all types of Black Americans coming with so many different inventions that are ingenious. And so to me, I see Nikola Tesla in many of our lineage in terms of like the same level of genius and brilliance. And so that's why I am covering him, even though that he's not of our our lineage. Shit, he might as well be, because ain't nobody else gonna claim him because they didn't like him. I'm telling you, they did not like this man. They was trying to steal everything from this dude. I remember when my friend told me, I remember we was a young kid, and when she said, they came in my house, they raided my great grandfather's house, the FBI. We thought I walked away literally thinking, ooh, Nikola Tesla is bad. Like, we literally walked away thinking that shit. Now let's really read about what really happened. Okay, so 1937. Look at the numbers. 1937. His room number was 3327 of a hotel, New York. By the way, but the room that he died in. So he was making his regular commute to the cathedral and library to feed the birds, the pigeons. While crossing the street a couple of blocks from the hotel, he was struck by a moving taxi cab and was thrown to the ground. He was killed. 3 of his ribs was broken in an accident. The full extent was never known. Tesla refused to consult a doctor and never fully recovered. In 1943, at the age of 86, Tesla died alone in room 3327 of the Hotel New Yorker. His body was found by maid Alice Magnahan when she entered Tesla's room, ignoring the do not disturb signs. Come on. That placed on his door 2 days earlier. Assistant medical examiner examined the body and ruled the cause of death coronary thrombosis. Please. But look at this. 2 days later, the FBI ordered alien property custodian to seize Tesla's belongings. John G. Trump, remember I told you, Trump, didn't I just tell you that Trump got the Trump family had Tesla's stuff, right? A professor at MIT. This is Trump's uncle, I believe, and was a well-known electrical engineer serving as a technical aide to the National Defense Research Committee, was called in to analyze the Tesla items. Now you see why Donald Trump got Tesla's paperwork, his uncle's paperwork. After a 3-day investigation, Trump's report concluded that there was nothing that would constitute a hazard in unfriendly hands. See, they wanted him. They had, come on. They were scared of what this person knew. His thoughts and efforts during at least the past 15 years were primarily of speculative, philosophical, and somewhat promotional character, often concerned with the production and wireless transmission of power, but not include new sound workable principles of methods of realizing such results. That's bullshit. They had to play that down. Now, they might have put that out there. See, John G. Trump said, we're going to say this. Now, it looked like he pulled the whammy on the FBI. Because Donald Trump got them 369 Tesla codes. Wow. Speculative, philosophical. That was done on purpose so that they can keep some of that paperwork in their possession so that he could study it and pass it and keep it with his family. In a box purported to contain a part of Tesla's death ray, Trump found a 45-year-old multi-cade resistance box. See, I want to know what, I really wish I could talk with my friend and have her tell that story again of what when we was a young ass kid, she told me that. Ooh. And so they had transported Tesla's ashes from the United States to Belgrade. These ashes are displayed in a gold-plated sphere on a marble pedestal in the Nikola Tesla Museum. Tesla obtained around 300 patents worldwide for his inventions. Some of Tesla's patents are not accounted for, and various sources have discovered some that have lain hidden in patent archives. There was a minimum of 278 known patents issued in Tesla in 26 countries. This was a brilliant, genius man. 6'2", eidetic memory. You know, there's a lot of people with photographic memory. Now, that's not to downplay him though, because it is actually rare. But I noticed that there's a lot of uncanny amount of people in our lineage that have photographic memory. So I think that's pretty cool. That's what I mean to say. I'm not trying to downplay him. Tesla was a lifelong bachelor, so it was chastity. I mean, a lot of times this happens. I want to talk about the relationship with he once said that he could never be worthy enough for a woman, considering women superior in every way. See, once you get tap into them universal consciousness and the secrets of the universe, that's another thing your motherfucking ass learn. That's the first thing you would know. If anybody that they get ever truly enlightened, that's the first thing you realize. And I ain't trying to be on some feminist or nothing like that. I'm just saying, when we talk about the divine feminine created electromagnetism that gives rise to electromagnetism, that gives rise to the divine masculine. That's just what it is. And I know that's something he discovered. And all the secret societies know that at the top levels, at the highest levels, the Masons know that too. And that's why, a lot of them, they get really shook when they find out the last level of initiation that the black woman is God. But we all know the Pope and the priest, they still worshiping Black Baby and Madonna, the Madonna figures. The popes and the Vatican Church. We all know they already still do that shit. And I could pull up every major corporation logo and show you that it's either representing a pussy, a vagina, or some type of female goddess. Because they all know the truth. They just keep the truth from the average human. It's even in the Bible. If you really want me to break that down, y'all want me to break that down. I don't want me to break that. Because again, any ascended master, that's the first thing you learn. And Jesus was trying to usher in the age of divine feminine 2,000 years ago, and they killed his ass for teaching the laws of intergalactic mentalism to humans because they don't want that information getting out. Yeah. Yep. So he was a recluse. He was asocial and prone to seclude himself with his work. Honestly, the chosen ones, I don't think I think that people don't understand these type of characters because they have such a human, I don't know, like, I'm not trying to judge or downplay the value of human connection and relationships and love. I think that if it's right, if it's good and it works, I think that is a beautiful thing, right? I just think, like, when it comes to certain minds and certain souls, a lot of us do get buried in our work, or we don't approach the world in the same way that other people approach the world. And so we end up taking hits for that by not conforming rather to what people would say as societal norms in terms of like our social lives and in terms of the things that we do. So we name it, we call it weird. And so like Nikola Tesla was asocial. I think he realized that he couldn't understand, the average human would not be able to understand him though. I really think, okay, so it says Tesla met Indian Hindu monk Swami Vivekananda. Vivekananda wrote that Tesla said he could demonstrate mathematically that the relationship between matter and energy. See, Vendic cosmology, the meeting with Swami stimulated Tesla's interest in Eastern science, which led to studying Hindu and Vedic philosophy for a number of years. Tesla wrote an article called Man's Greatest Achievement using Sanskrit terms Akasha and Prana. Wow. See, I knew he knew so. I knew it. I just find it so cool to meet, uh, another, just to, even though he's dead, it's like, wow. But Tesla befriended George, poet mystic. Okay, I don't know what this is. Express. Okay. He had no hobby, cared for nor sort of amusement of any kind, lived in utter disregard of most elementary rules. I mean, they say he was weird or whatever. When it comes to the bird thing, I would say birds make great companions, believe it or not. I wouldn't say have an actual relationship with the bird in a romantic sense, but as far as companionship, we all know that birds have been man's companion way longer than dogs, and they're very brilliant. The average bird, like a pigeon is one of the smartest birds. They actually have the like intelligence of a, I want to say of, well, I forget the age of the human that they are at, but they can communicate with humans on a very deep level. That's why they used to have like certain hawks and owls and stuff back in the day. They used to use them as messengers. Like literally, that was the original telephone. Birds were the original telephone. You give the message to the birds, they're gonna send it out. They know where to travel, and they're gonna come back to your ass, fly back to your ass, go get this message and then fly back. They did that throughout all of Africa, all of America, but the birds. And so it does not shock me that, you know, let me just type in something, that he had a relationship with a bird. Humans are eccentric naturally. I think that we intelligence of birds. I think that we try to put on airs to try to impress people that we really don't even care about. Like, who the fuck do we have to impress? But when you're alone in the crevices of your space, if you don't have anybody to impress, or the genius of birds, testing bird intelligence. But I want to bird intelligence of birds delivering messages. But see, look at this. How were birds trained to deliver messages back in the day? They were trained to see a place at home by raising them. They were caught up to different places in cages. Okay, but they would come back to their spouse. How do carrier pigeons know where to go? That's what they were called. They were called carrier pigeons. And so, if you were when you're in the crevices of your space by yourself, by you're alone, and you're in your world, in your zone, and you are beyond the thinking of you have to impress people or whatnot. You do weird things. Everybody does weird things. Everybody has weird. Like I live like John the Baptist. You study John the Baptist, and I live a very monastic, priestly life. I'm pretty eccentric. Humans, you sit at home by yourself, but ain't nobody looking. You digging in your nose somewhere, scratching your ass, digging right in your ass to dig your wedgie out or something. Or humans do weird ass shit when they by themselves alone. You really want to? You really want to go there? Because a lot of you black men will say, Nikola Tesla's a weird and degenerate. Let's look at this. Why was black man y'all doing this? And I'm not judging. I actually don't judge this. So don't think that I actually give to. I'm not here to say people are weird, or that's not my role in life. But I mean, it's black men out here marrying dolls, and these are not even ugly looking men. They are marrying synthetic dolls. You talk about, okay, Nikola Tesla married a bird or got with a bird. At least the bird is sentient. The bird is actually intelligent and actually, has some productive value. A Dow. So what's weirder? And it's white men doing it too. This is what things that men do. Look at this. Now, do I think that I don't think society should be judged. I mean, if this is an innocent, my thing is, if you come in after kids or if you violating someone's consent, that's when I'm gonna be judging. But something like this, believe it or not, I really don't even give a fuck. It's their prerogative. They're in their motherfucking home. I don't know how they got the picture. You know, I guess some men decided to go public with their, you know, their dinner dates and some of them they go hard with, they make it public. They're not afraid. They don't hide it. They getting married to dows now. And so we judging Nikola Tesla for having a companionship with a bird. Humans do weird shit. But why? But why? But why? I mean, y'all up here dating damn AI now. My thing is, guess what? Right now, these dolls. They kind of basic looking, right? They look like dolls still. They gonna have them AI powered damn dolls. They gonna have, and this is males doing this. This is the male species. Now that we judge them, oh, you weird. Why you can't get no real woman? You ain't man enough. Why would anybody say that? Why would anybody care? I don't give a damn. You in your motherfucking house, minding your damn business. You pay your bills. What you do with the damn sex doll and the privacy, and y'all bold for making it public. This is just what we know publicly. So there are thousands of men with these damn dolls in their house. Maybe this works for them. Shit, humans are fucked up in the head. Can you really relate to the average human? I mean, if I was Nikola Tesla, I know I can't relate to any human now. I can't relate to a human now. Would I go and get me a dow or nothing? No. Get me a dow. Unless they were like the ones on dark matter. Now I'm going to show you this. Because guess what? Many of you humans, you judge people now. Dark matter, AI. Our dark matter show the AI character. Oh man, I wish I had that person's name, because these AI characters. See, these dark matter ones. Dark matter show. It was a dark matter show. Watch the dark matter show, by the way. You learn some real cool shit. This was an AI doll, but it looks so human. I wish I could show you how it was moving. And this could cook for you. It could do. They even had. Oh man, it got real deep. The AI. I'll just put AI robot, because maybe we'll get more pictures. Maybe we can get a GIF of how it looks. So this is how these AI dolls about to look. This is a robot. Now in the watch this dark matter show. I'm telling you, it's a really good show, by the way. But this is how they gonna motherfucking look. They gonna look human. This was an AI robot in the show. They had a chip. You could turn them off. But she looked human, right? Watch it. It's good. I wish I could show you like the things they could do. She was like a gourmet chef, because she's a program. It's a robot. It's a computer program. So they can do 5-star motherfucking chef meals. They could be trained in combat. You know how you do the karate. It's a fucking computer program. Synthetic AI human. And so this little thing, this robot, she was able to do like karate, combat, all types of gun expert, sharpman, cook, calculation, amazing calculus, scientist. This is what we're going. And so many of you humans, and many of you are going to be doing it. They're gonna have it on the market where you're gonna be able to purchase. It's another show called Humans, where they have nothing but the synthetic AI robots. They're gonna have this. They're gonna have one where you can purchase. It's not gonna just be a doll figure like this that the black men's and the white men's is sitting up there marrying. They're gonna be looking like this. This was synthetic too. Dark matter synthetic. They're gonna be looking just like a real motherfucking human. And in the dark matter show, they had the lady robot. One of them was like a sex worker, right? And she was programmed to do any motherfucking thing of all sex acts that you could think of. I doubt that AI synthetic that looked like a real human, like this one. Where they can suck dick, they can do whatever you ask them to. I wish, and they showed this in dark matter. I wish I could show that scene. Like, it was just like, whoa. And it freaked them out. Like it freaked the humans out. But she was like, I'm trained to do BDSM. I'm trained to do what we gonna do? Ass eating, congolingus, what is it? Urolagnia, what you name it. And he looking like the fuck. What massage kit? She was trained to do lymphatic massage, deep tissue massage, all the different types of massages. This is where we're going. So when they put that on the market, when you're able to get it for 20 racks, maybe you have to pay 20 G's, 50 G's or whatever for it. Many of these men are gonna find a way to get that motherfucking money. They gonna get them this. You think they laying up with these damn sex dolls, and you think they laying up with these fake ass what I show you. I'm gonna go back. You think they laying up. They go back. Here we go. You think it's gonna look just like that in the future for a long time. No, it's not. You think that, and they showing you these men's, they showing you, oh man, it was one black man. I was trying to find that one was funny. He went viral and he was, oh man, he had all types of, he had a black sex doll, and they showed he had all in the background of the room a bunch of black pussy sex toys. And this was his wife, and he had it all laid out, had her dressed up, and a black sex doll. And people was just like calling him mentally ill. Oh, you're crazy, you're crazy. Stop doing that. My thing is, if they ain't harming you, what is it for your business? I mean, I wouldn't go if I was doing that. I personally wouldn't feel. I'm not at the space. I'm not bold enough where I would go and promote it on the internet. But my thing is, I don't think they're crazy for it. Yeah, they may be antisocial, may be a little eccentric, maybe even have some anxiety issue. Who knows? But just to say someone is crazy because they do something different than me, no, I don't think that. But you think they doing this. Watch when they come out with them dolls that's just like on Dark Matter. When they come out with them robots that's just like on Dark Matter, that's programmed to do any type of sex act, that's programmed to cook a 5-star motherfucking meal, and programmed to feel feelings. Like programmed to, oh, how are you feeling? How can I help you? I mean, watch Dark Matter. These dolls are literally, I mean, these robots are going to be doing that shit. They going to pay, you think, I mean, they going to find these men's. They're going to find a way to come up with them 20. I don't know how much it's going to cost. It's probably going to start like 20 G's, 50 racks. I don't know. It's going to be like a mortgage. You probably had to put a down payment on it, make a monthly payment on it. Oh, these men going to get that down. They're going to get that AI robot that can, that wash your back and cook the 5-course meals, programmed to defend your ass, and programmed to, oh, you better wait. And it's gonna be a lot of black women's and white women's. And it's gonna be a lot of women's that go and get that damn robot too, AI robot too, because at least it's like somebody that can understand. Because I'm telling you, of course, you're gonna want the real deal with another human. You can connect with another human soul on a very conscious level, and a way that they understand you and they accept you for you, and it's unconditional love. And I think that is so beautiful. And I hope I wish that for every human, right? But I do know that there are fucking NPCs on this planet. I do know that there are humans that are being hijacked with their consciousness, and it's reptilians that are playing around as if they're fucking human. And there's other entities within some of these people that you think are human, but they are not human. I know that for a fact. I know for a fact. I can look at a human and tell whether they have a soul or not. It's humans that literally have no soul that's walking around on this planet. I don't care what y'all say. And that doesn't appeal to me. That doesn't appeal to me. I find the human race to be way too behind for me. I'm not. I don't know. I'm not there yet. I'm trying to understand, like, but in terms of like the way other humans feel when it comes to, like, they're not content with themselves at times, and they're not content with being alone. They feel alone. Oh, we're not supposed to be alone. Oh, your value goes down if you don't find a spouse at this age or do this at this age. I don't have them conceptions, and I never will. I'm not judging for those that think that way. I just find it odd. Like, I have friends that I had people that I know, people that just cannot be alone. That cannot, like, they'll go through a breakup, and then the next week they in another relationship. 2 days later, in another relationship. And I just find that it's people that just don't know themselves. It's like, how do you find time to heal? How do you find time to really? I know somebody that literally broke up with somebody that was abusive, that they had issues with, fighting, and 2 days later was in another relationship, and they got married to the person. I'm like, what kind of shit are y'all on? Like, and that to me, and it's not a normal thing of like. it's like someone trying to prove their value in terms of their validation or desire of the opposite sex. And I guess I don't understand that. I don't understand feeling validated by society through desirability. I think people should use their looks to their advantage, right? If you have a strategy with really good looks, I understand that. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about on a pathological sense, especially with women, Black women in particular, and white women are kind of guilty of this too. Because I have clients, and the white women they freaking out and panicking about a man and panicking about men, and I'm just like, and I just don't understand it. I just don't get it. But I think that had if I could even relate more to humans, then maybe I wouldn't feel that way. I don't judge Nikola Tesla for his relationship with the bird, because I know he couldn't relate to the average person around him. I know for a fact that he couldn't relate to the average person around him. He was smarter than the average person around him. Other people were jealous of him. People were backstabbing him, working for the government. He had agents all around him, probably. I mean, it was hard for him to deal with people. It was hard. I know it. I know it had to been hard. You sit there thinking of all some other shit, and you around. Look at this. Bird brains are far more human-like than once thought. Which I already knew that. I could always tell birds were very brilliant ever since I was a little child. Humans were just too bird brained to see it. Yeah, so him having a relationship with birds, you can train a bird to distinguish the works between Picasso and Monet. Birds can identify themselves in a mirror. Crows are known to intentionally leave walnuts in a crosswalk and let passing traffic do their nut cracking. Many birds are incredibly smart, yet among intelligent animals, the bird brain often doesn't get much respect. And so they delivering mail and shit. Like, nah, birds are very smart. So them birds understood. I know that bird he dated, that bird, whatever he had a relationship, that bird had understood him. The bird recognized himself in the mirror that you have a conception of I am. That bird has some level of consciousness. And so that bird probably was flying every morning. I mean, he wasn't having sex with the bird, but he loved it. It's like how many people love a damn dog. Many people love a damn cat. Many people love a damn frog. What is it? But people have gerbils. People have all types of weird. What was the other turtles and it was another pet. Have a pet rabbit. Yeah, they have pet rabbit, pet bunny. People grow so attached to their pets. I think that Nikola Tesla probably saw the bird as his equal and probably saw him as a companion. And to be honest, that bird was probably a better companion than a fucking human would have been. The bird was probably smarter than the average fucking human. To be honest, I ain't even gonna hold you. I'm talking about compared to his mind, in his mind, and you got to worry about being a targeted individual where the government is watching you and they sending agents your way. You can't trust nobody, especially when it comes to me. Especially like with people that are in activist space, scholar spaces that are extremely challenging the status quo or are producing and saying things that challenge the status quo. Anybody that would approach me, or anybody that will, I would have to of course consider the thought that they could be an agent or someone sent. I mean, they send spouses to come and talk to you and act like they're gonna marry. They did this with Tupac's mother. They sent that man, the CIA, like, this is shit you can go and look up. They sent that man to go and date her, act like he was dating her. He was an agent, and to give her crack and get her hooked on crack. It was all paid. He was paid to do that. You go sleep with her. You're going to get to know her, act like you love her, and give her drugs. They do this all the time to Black Americans all over the world. Like, that's nothing new. They'll set your ass up in a heartbeat. You thinking the person love you. And actually, in Buffalo, I remember Black guy he was a drug dealer, actually, though. And they sent this girl that was real beautiful, like a thought, she was an FBI agent. He didn't know that, and to watch him and monitor him. And he ran like $11 million through Buffalo. I mean, I think worth of drugs, throughout Buffalo. And, he was sleeping with her. They was going out. He was spending all his money. And she actually fell in love with him. And she did. Now, I'm not gonna tell the name of the person or whatever, but like she did end up falling for him. Now he did go down. They did take him in. They did find evidence or whatever. But she did doctor some shit to where he was able to get off. Like she did. She didn't report everything. Like she played it. She didn't report it because she did ended up loving him where he could get out, where he could, you know, she somebody else. I don't know how she did it. I remember him telling me this story. I remember him telling us this story as a young girl. I was 14 years old, and I'll never forget that story. And he said, she looked out for me. Like she must have fell in love with me because she lied for me. And so I can get off because they were going to give me more time. And I forgot what it was pertaining to, some cars or something. And they were asking her like, you know, who is this his too? I guess when they was building up the case, they were asking, is this his? Is this? And she was saying, no. And he was like, she was lying because she knew everything. I told her everything. I thought this was, you know, they put it, and it was a plant. And so surely if you are an activist or somebody that's doing any remotely type of close work, anybody that's enlightened, anybody, surely you would think that they will put a plant in your motherfucking face to be your friend. I know for a fact there were plants put around me as to be friends that I didn't know. You kind of suspect it, but you just, you know, you want to put it out your mind, but you surely have to think that there's a fucking plant around you. And so I'm pretty sure, you know, a part of the being a chosen one is having that naivete. And so in that protection. And so if he was to be having all these people around him and having, I'm sure they would have just been a plant anyways. They would have been a plant to monitor and watch him. Act like they love him. They getting paid from the government, you know, to monitor him, to MK Ultra, you know, all types of shit they be doing, man. They put plants in people's lives. They doing this shit, man. They handlers. They put handlers on your ass. They try to do that shit to me. I'm telling y'all. And so, sometimes it is better to be by but your motherfucking self, but you better be content. You gotta be content with yourself. You gotta find love within yourself, and you gotta be content with your motherfucking self. Every day you wake up, you gotta love yourself. That's why I don't judge these black men's getting their life with these damn sex dolls. Y'all sit up there and want to judge them. These motherfuckers is happy and they minding their business. They minding their business. And when like I told y'all, when they come out with them humanoid robots that can cook and clean and program to do any type of sex act, it's a motherfucking rap. It's a motherfucking rap. That's definitely for chosen ones that are targeted individuals. That's your solution right there. Oh, but yeah, he said he wants dolls to get more accepted. Shit. I mean, I don't get it. I personally, because it can't do nothing, so it don't do nothing for me. Like, at least do something around this bitch. Like, I'm telling you, that humanoid robot that's gonna come out. It's gonna come out. It's gonna come out. Mark my words. Now that humanoid robot, that made a different story because at least they can cook, they can wash clothes, they can massage your back. So I ain't gonna hold you. I might give me one of them robots. Because I know anybody that come around me in a dating sense, they could potentially be a plant. Like, unless you know what I mean? Like that would be something that really crossed my mind. And even if they, you know, you have to choose your poison, you know. You have to choose where you got to get in where you're gonna fit in. Sorry, I'm drinking a swig of water. But yeah, you got to get in where the fuck you fit in. And for some of us, when they come out with that humanoid doll, like I was showing y'all in Dark Manor, many of you, black, white, male, and female, you're gonna go and get you that damn doll, and you probably ain't gonna tell nobody about it. It's gonna be people a little secret because they're gonna be so scared and think everybody gonna think they weird. Everybody think they're weird. People do weird shit in their house all the time. If y'all see me doing something, I mean, if y'all seen how I live it up like John the Baptist, I 99% of the time I don't wear clothes. I hate clothes. I find clothes very, very stifling. I find clothes very weird. I never like clothes. Even some of my family members would tell you, like, I remember I almost got kicked out of a family member house. They say, you know, if I see your naked ass one more time, I'm kicking your fucking ass out. Or put some fucking clothes on. I never liked clothes. Never. Anybody that knows me knows she never liked clothes. I never liked fucking clothes. When I was a little kid, I didn't want to sleep with no motherfucking clothes on. But I did because it was customary. But when I got older, man, live by myself. And it's hard to date. And that's another thing that makes it hard to date, because when you're around a man, when you're around a black man, you walk around butt ass naked, they think, oh, okay, you want some sex. You can't really be yourself. So it's like, now how do we deal with this? How do I deal with another human when you walk around butt ass, booty naked, bucket naked? They're going to think, okay, she ready for sex. She ready. And that'd be the farthest thing from my motherfucking mind. That'd literally be the farthest thing out of conception. I just don't like clothes. So then how do you tell that? And I tested this one time. One time I did stay with a black man for 2 months. And being, you get in bed, butt ass naked. And I remember, they penis would be hard. They would think, ready for sex, ready for sex, ready for sex. And I'm thinking, like, what the hell, And I'm not judging that, because obviously that's a hormonal thing. Men are very visual creatures. They don't. And in society programs, you see a naked body, you think sex. Unfortunately, I don't think like that. I don't see a naked body and think sex. But I know for a fact that majority of humans do, male or female. So I don't hold it against humans for thinking that. I don't hold it against the men for thinking that. But it just makes it harder to even relate to a human. It just does. You got to find another nudist. You got to find someone else that think like that's a nudist, and they don't conceptualize the human body with sex. I remember another guy. I remember this was years ago. This was so long ago. Spent at his house. Don't want to wear clothes. No lie. Like, I woke up and this nigga was beating his dick. Was looking at my ass and beating his meat off. And I freaked out. And it's crazy because I'm clairvoyant. I was sleeping in a dream, in a deep sleep, and I literally saw that. I saw it in my mind's eye. I said, and I hurried up and woke up. And right as I woke up, he started ejaculating all over the place. But I remember I felt I had saw it in my mind's eye. I said, and I woke up and I turned around and I saw him just staring. And I was like, what the fuck? And I just was like, see, you can't, that's not how the average man is going to think. If you walking around butt ass naked, average man's going to think she's ready. She wants to do it. And I'm thinking, like, that is the farthest thing from my motherfucking mind. And so, that's a compromise that I would have to make. That's like, okay, you got to put clothes on in the house. Who wears clothes in the house? You have to put clothes on around your spouse. It's so weird. People find me weird, whatever. But it's something I really think about. I'm like, when people are at home and they are by themselves, you're gonna do weird things. People have oddities. Let me go, because I know let me go back here so these people can see the context what I'm talking about with the birds. And so Nikola Tesla dating a bird, I don't know. I just don't see that as something that is so. I don't think he's crazy because of it. Would I do it? No, but I don't have no judgment. I guess that's what I'm saying. I don't care. It's not something that makes me judge him. Now, if he was doing something with a kid or something, now that's when the gloves is off. And my thing is, what you doing with that bird? I'm talking about like the bird flying your room and you, oh, hey bird, oh, you get bird kisses, go send it away, or feed the bird and go, that kind of thing. That is small fry. That to me, I don't see. It's unconventional. It's eccentric, but that's the end of it for me. Now, if he was doing something with some kids or something, or against a human's consent, like locking somebody up in a house in a dungeon or something, these motherfuckers that's doing weird ass shit, real weird, like they holding people hostage, and that kind of thing. Like Nature Boy was doing. Now, Nature Boy, that was doing some weird ass shit, man. Jeffrey Dahmer and all. Now that's some weird ass shit. Like now I get, you know what I mean? Now I get like come really judging her. But judging her because somebody was in the privacy of their damn house, in the privacy of their damn bedroom, and they had a bird as a companion. No, I don't think nobody should be judging that. It don't matter. It's a lot of people that do some weird ass shit. It's people that, man, you'll be surprised what people do in the privacies of their damn home. Where ain't nobody looking, and you ain't gotta impress nobody and feel like you gotta nobody looking at you. And how many of you are scratching your ass right now doing some weird stuff? People do all types of oddities. Have all types of oddities that they get into. You know, I live like John the Baptist. I ain't gonna hold you. I do priestess duties. I do everything majority butt ass naked, and I don't care. Like I guess people feel like, oh, maybe you sharing too much information. I felt like I don't know. I thought maybe I thought I already shared that before. I don't know. Maybe I did. Maybe I didn't. Maybe I shouldn't share it. But no, I don't like I don't like clothes. Clothes is weird. Now if your friend come over or something, you have to respect that. You have to put some clothes on it. You know. But I had one friend, literally my best friend. She knew how I rolled. Now this was funny. This is really funny. She was the type to. She didn't like to get dressed in the morning, right? She didn't like to get dressed, shower in the morning. So she would shower at night, right? Put her motherfucking clothes on that she was gonna wear the next day and get in the bed. So when she could wake up, all she gotta do is wash her face and brush her teeth and go. Now I literally had a friend that did that, right? And so we're the complete opposite. I would never forget like seeing her. I mean, she would dress nice too. We talk about stockings. This girl would shower, dry her ass off, put on some panties, some motherfucking stockings, skirt, blouse, iron and shit too. Get in the motherfucking bed, and we about to go to bed. And she know me, I'm gonna shower, get in her bed, butt ass naked. And that was our routine, literally. And you would think, oh, y'all was doing something. You was in her bed, but y'all was thinking about it. We never even thought they'd even a kiss, not even remotely. And this was some real shit. I will never forget. She woke up, she brushed her teeth, washed her face, and put her shoes. I never thought that was the funniest thing in my life in a minute to see her do that. And just put her shoe of her feet in her shoes and grab her book bag and let's go. And I'm in the morning. I'm getting out butt ass naked. I gotta go actually I'm rushing to put clothes on. And that's what we did. No lie, that was just how we did it. And we never shared that, publicly. We never shared that. I remember one time her mom saw, and her mom thought we was into something, we were doing something. We never did anything, not even remotely, never did anything. And she didn't care. She didn't care. We did that all the way up until like graduate school. Like it was graduate school, and I would just get in her bed, butt ass naked, walk around butt ass naked, and she didn't care because she already knew that's how she was. And sometimes I think as we got older, she grew out of that, because that was when we were in high school. But as we got older, I remember her actually putting on, like not caring so much about that. But I remember when we was younger, she used to put her clothes on before the day like go to wash up, put her clothes on, then get up and go to school, and then get up and go whatever we had to do. And that's all and I was the complete opposite. I just get in her bed butt ass naked. And we did that for years. But that's how people may say that's weird. Oh, Kylie is so weird. Kylie is so weird. She is so weird. Now, if I'm out in public, because I am gonna get into politics one day, so I know this. I don't want these stories to come back to haunt me. But I'm gonna wear clothes in public, of course. But people would find me weird. People would find the things that I'm into weird. I'm telling you, I play with crystals and essential oils and and a very, very, very simple, boring life. Very simple. So I don't judge. I don't judge Nikola Tesla for dating them damn birds, because um birds are very intelligent. Birds are very intelligent. And I think that if humans, we have to stop trying to. I know we want to be desirable to one another and whatnot, but at some point we have to connect on the soul level, right? Like I don't know, maybe I'm just living in a fantasy world, but I guess that's why I probably do stay to myself because I'm not. I just don't find humans that interesting. But again, I value my time. I'm not one that gets bored. I don't care if I'm just sitting on a motherfucking. I don't care if I'm just on a computer or whatever I'm doing. I'm on YouTube talking. I don't get bored. I don't have this conception like when they talk about, oh, they try to isolate the target individual so they don't have friends and family. And I'm thinking like, shit, friends and family. You know how people are draining. You know. So a lot of times when people be isolated, a lot of times them people be in their own little world. They be having a good old funky time. They do. They be having a good old funky time. You see somebody that don't want to be around humans, they be all secluded, all out in the woods, somewhere in the swamplands by themselves, in their little cabin by themselves. Because that's why I played a small little cottage is by themselves, and you thinking, oh, they crazy. They don't want to. They don't never come out. They don't never talk to nobody. They'll never interact with nobody. That motherfucker be in a zone. They be zooted and booted throughout the day. They be having a good little funky time by themselves. The mind is very powerful. The mind is very, 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 very powerful. And so the things that you could fantasize about or get into, whether you research, a lot of people read. I do a lot of reading throughout my day, watching shows, whatever. People find a way to entertain their motherfucking ass. Even if they didn't have all this stuff, they're going to sit and meditate all day. That's what I would do. If they shut the internet off, people say, oh, they're going to cut the internet off, they're going to cut your phone off, then what you going to do? I'm going to sit my motherfucking ass and meditate. Sit my motherfucking ass and meditate. You can meditate while you researching. They got different types of meditations. There's millions of ways to meditate. And mindfulness meditation, Vipassana meditation, transcendental meditation, meditation walking, Lazen meditation. Remember Lazen meditation? I like to do that one too. They got the one where you can eat, meditate. Different types of ones. You listening to music is a form of meditation. Sex magic is certain forms of sex magic can be a form of meditation. There's different ways to entertain yourself. You can entertain. You got a mind. You got a visualization. You got get to working. Decalcify your pineal gland. You be good. So I don't get all. I don't get all this. Trying to make people feel bad because they like to be by themselves, like Nikola Tesla was. But nonetheless, these birds are very, very intelligent. Why birds are smart, trends in cognitive sciences. And so, yeah, he probably did. I bet you them birds were smarter than any human that was around during this time. That bird was smarter than any fucking human that was around at this time of Nikola Tesla's existence. I'm telling you, I know they were. He ain't find no interest in dating another human that's gonna slow him down from his work, that don't understand shit he talking about the 369 codes and electromagnetism and all this shit he gonna come out with free energy. Come on, the only character that could probably understand him is the motherfucking bird. Birds understand electromagnetism. Birds understand shit. That's why they're able to deliver messages and stuff and communicate with you and talk with you. People say, oh, somebody say they talk to birds, that mean they crazy. I'm going to get up off all that nonsense. Y'all need to awaken to the spiritual world, seriously. But yeah, you judge now, this going to be y'all in the future. But more so the dark matter one. Let me look. Them dials, man. Them dark matter robot. Dark matter show robot. Yeah, this going to be on it. This was a robot too in the show. Watch this show, Dark Matter. I think this was the one that did that knew how to do all the different sex programmings. But she was like an assassin. She could do like mad shit. But let me play the GIF. Like this was like a robot. She was not real. This was an entire robot that was programmed to do like all types of shit. That's what y'all gonna have in the future. Watch. That's what y'all gonna be dating. People judge it or not, but who knows? Maybe it is better to have another human. I think if you could find a human that's on your wavelength, that had the same resonance, yeah, I think that's ideal. That's the best way to go. Of course. But if you can't find if you can't find that you relate to anybody, or people are NPCs or too fucking dumb, and I won't say dumb, but like you just don't get it. People don't like, come on, man. People it be plants, man, and it do be hard to relate to the average human. It do. And so when they come out with these little sex dolls, I keep calling them dolls, but these little robots, y'all gonna be first in line to get them, especially men, because men are tired of women. And these dolls are trained to be submissive. They trained to massage feet. They trained to give massages. Not trained, but programmed. They got programs in them. They programmed to give massages. They programmed to eat ass. They programmed to do all types suck dick. These programs are gonna be doing all types of little stuff. They gonna make them with big breasts. They gonna make them with all different types of shapes and sizes. They gonna make them with big ass booties, some with small booties, big titties, small titties, long hair, short hair. You could probably go take her and get a different hairstyle, all types of upgrades, different eye colors, lip size. I mean, people are gonna go crazy with this stuff. They're absolutely gonna go crazy when these robots come up on the scene. And you can't tell the damn difference. And they program that you can program to do whatever the fuck you want to do. You think these men is playing with y'all when they show you that they ready to marry these damn fake ass. This is clearly a fake doll, but it's men all over the world that are marrying their doll. Look at this. So do you call them crazy and say, oh, they this, they mentally ill, they this, they that? I personally don't think so. I personally don't think so. I think it's eccentric. I think it's, I wouldn't do it, but to each his own. You in your motherfucking house chilling. He on his hands and knees for a damn doll. Black man. I don't know. That one kind of look real. That one kind of look real. I could see, but these dolls look too fake for me. I couldn't get. I couldn't. You see, there's not much women that's doing that. I can't go there. I can't. I just don't see the appeal. It just looked too fake. At least got to humor me. Lord have mercy. Lord have mercy. Well, that's what's gonna be happening, y'all. We're gonna come up with them damn dolls. Them robot ones. Yep. Hi, Jace Harmon. Hi. Yeah, but I know that was a heavy one. But yeah, so anyways, yeah, Nikola Tesla, you know, um I just feel like he was a brilliant mind. I don't think he got a spare shake. I think that they try to play on this top like they always do, brilliant minds. And so I wanted to do the Honor Society video on him. Oh, let's see what this. Comment on the ills of the social subservience of women and the struggle of women toward gender equality indicate that human's future would be run by queen bees. He believed that women would become the dominant sex in the future. That's funny. Be run by queen bees. Tesla made predictions to relevant issues. I don't even think I've had one. That's just something to be better. I had a guess. Oh, I didn't show y'all where I read that from. Here we go, right here. This was what I was reading, where it says indicated that humanity's future will be run by queen bees. Yep. So that's this one we're gonna probably do. Lewis Latimer. I want to do people that that are not well known. Honor Society. and we give these people they props. So we'll probably do Louis Latimer. But I know there's some other one I was thinking of. I'm gonna do people that I know that's got shitted on in life. You know, that's what I'm looking for, or had their work stolen. I know Louis Latimer had his work stolen and undermined. Yeah, it's a lot of people, and I just want to channel that energy back to the chosen ones, like channel our energy. Like we gotta reclaim our time. Like these people is out here doing some sherm shit, so we gotta reclaim our time from these bastards. So that's why I'm doing this series. Check out that Aaron Salters one. It's deep. That Aaron Salters one is real deep. It's real deep. And don't let nobody shame you for being eccentric and different. Don't let nobody try to shame you for you don't have nobody to impress on this damn planet. Who the fuck is there to impress on this damn planet? Really? Seriously. Think about it. Who is there to impress on this planet? You are awesome enough. You are good enough. Everybody is good enough. Everybody should be focused on their own divinity. If you focus on your own divinity, you're not trying to worry about comparing yourself to anybody. You're not trying to take from anybody, and you're not trying to hurt nobody. And you are content within yourself. That's all you need to do. That's all you need to focus on. Just focus on your own divinity. So you don't have nobody to. I understand, like looking nice, grooming, you know, that type of thing. Make sure you smell good or whatnot. You don't want to just be out here just letting yourself just out, looking crazy. But at the same time, as far as our eccentricities or the feeling of conforming to societal norms, I feel like we have to conform and do these things and do do those things by a certain time, or if we don't do these things, we lose our value as humans. No, I think we need to break out of that. We don't need to conform to shit. We need to be non-conformists. That's the problem. Humans conform too much. The shit that don't matter. The whole Kevin Samuels thing was about conforming to some bullshit that don't matter. Humans don't think like that. Humans get in where the fuck they fit in. Women get in where they fit in. Men get in where they fit in. And humans are creatures of convenience. They ain't trying to, come on, like all this stuff. People gonna get in where they fit in. They gonna do what they want to do too. That's another thing. You can't control what have people do what you want to do. They gonna do what humans are gonna do what they want to do. And so don't let nobody try to get you to conform or get you to feel bad about yourself or what you do or what you think. If you do weird little oddities in privacies of your home, as long as you ain't hurting no children, hurting no women, or doing some hurting yourself, cutting yourself, doing some stupid shit like that, do you. Do you. Why let anybody shame you? Do you. You want to date a bird? Date a bird. You want to date one of them damn dowels that I was showing you about earlier? Date them damn dowels. You want to be celibate? I mean, I'm celibate. I got a whole heap of ass. I can go out and find a nigga to fuck me. I just don't have no interest. I don't have any interest. I don't want to spend my energy that way. And I'm very empathic. I don't want to be picking up the spiritually transmitted diseases of other fucking people. I don't got time to be trying to transmute their energy and that shit that's on people. You could look at people. People have all types of stuff. Sometimes you fuck somebody, you feel like you got hit by a train afterwards. I ain't got time for that. I really don't got time for that. And so I like being celibate. Find the right person, that's different. But I ain't about to let nobody try to shame me like, oh, you're not doing this, you're not performing, you're not wearing clothes, you're not I spend a lot of time really caring about and having anxiety about that shit. Like that shit don't feel good anymore. I'm 32 years old. That shit don't feel good. And so I'm growing slowly out of that myself. And I wouldn't want any human to feel bad about themselves or the things that they do. And so I ain't gonna let nobody do it to me either. And I'm gonna stick up for the eccentric thinkers, eccentric minds, eccentric people of the world. Because we need people that's gonna push the envelope of human ingenuity and creativity. We need that. We need that more than ever now. More than ever now. We need people that's not gonna conform. We need people that's gonna challenge the status quo. I mean, we don't need a bunch of, complete, again, there's a difference between eccentric and fucking degenerate. There is such a thing as, oh, okay, you're just eccentric, and then there's a big difference. Oh, you're just a fucking degenerate. I ain't trying to advocate for degeneracy, man. But as far as advocating for creativity, eccentricity, self acceptance, self love, uh, being content with the self, being content with your heart and your soul and your mind. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I'm gonna advocate for that shit. Yeah, you're damn right. You're damn Skippy. Okay, y'all. I'm gonna talk to y'all later. Love y'all. Have a good Saturday. Have a good Sunday as well. Bye.